Every company's book income and taxable income diverge, but under Accounting Standards Codification, or a SC 740, every one of those gaps falls into exactly one of two buckets, temporary or permanent. That single classification decision determines whether a difference shows up on the balance sheet as a deferred tax asset or liability, or whether it just quietly moves the effective tax rate for the year and disappears. Getting this classification right is one of the most consequential judgment calls in the whole tax provision. So let's walk through both categories and the examples that define them. Start with temporary differences, because these are the ones that actually drive deferred tax accounting. A temporary difference is a gap between the book value of an asset or liability and its tax basis that will reverse in a later period, creating a future taxable or deductible amount. Every deferred tax asset and every deferred tax liability on the balance sheet traces back to a temporary difference. Nothing else creates them. Here are 6 examples that show up in almost every company's provision. Depreciation is the classic one. Book depreciation is straight line and slow, while tax depreciation uses accelerated MACRS with bonus depreciation. So tax basis falls below book basis, and a deferred tax liability builds up. A warranty reserve runs the other way. It is expensed on the books at the time of sale, but only deducted for tax once it is actually paid, so it creates a deferred tax asset. The same pattern shows up in a bad debt or credit loss reserve estimated under the current expected credit loss standard, in revenue recognized over time under a SC 606, while cash is taxed immediately, in unrealized gains on available for sale investments that are not taxable until sold, and in stock-based compensation, where the book expense runs ahead of the tax deduction throughout the vesting period. Notice the pattern across all 6 examples. In every case, the total income or deduction recognized over the life of the asset or liability ends up the same for book and tax purposes. Only the timing changes. That is the defining test for a temporary difference. If it will reverse eventually, it belongs on the deferred tax schedule as a deferred tax asset or deferred tax liability. Now flip to the other bucket. Permanent differences are items included in either book income or taxable income, but never in both. Because there is no future period where the gap closes, these items never create a deferred tax asset or liability. Instead, they permanently affect the effective tax rate year after year for as long as the item recurs. Some permanent differences push the effective tax rate down, and others push it up. Municipal bond interest income is tax-exempt, so it lowers the rate permanently. Life insurance proceeds received tax-free do the same. So do 2 deductions with no book counterpart at all: the dividends received deduction and the foreign-derived intangible income deduction, both of which reduce taxable income without ever touching book income. On the other side, meals and entertainment that are 50% disallowed raise the rate, because the book expense exceeds what is deductible for tax. Federal income tax expense itself is deducted for book purposes but never deductible for federal tax, and penalties paid to the government are booked as an expense but are never deductible either, so both of those raise the rate permanently as well. Putting the 2 categories next to each other makes the distinction concrete. Temporary differences reverse over time. They create a deferred tax asset or liability, and the total book and tax amounts eventually match. Permanent differences never reverse. They never create a deferred tax asset or liability, and they simply move the effective tax rate for good. Recording deferred tax on a permanent item is one of the more common mistakes in an ASC 740 provision. So this test, will it reverse, is worth applying every time a new book tax gap shows up. So remember the one question that sorts every book tax difference into the right bucket. Will it reverse in a future period? If yes, it is temporary and it belongs on the deferred tax asset or liability schedule. If no, it is permanent and it only affects this period's effective tax rate. Next, we will use exactly these temporary differences to calculate the actual deferred tax asset and liability balances using the balance sheet liability method.